Hi guys, I'm M Seeker of Truth. Now, so sometimes I get some comments in my YouTube videos. Some of them asking me to look into some things. So I got this one the other day, or in fact yesterday, and it said this. I don't know if you've noticed the latest scam Parks was involved in. This is obviously I'm quoting someone else. I don't know if you noticed the latest scam that Parks is involved in. Posted to his channel yesterday. It was some bio ball device from Russia that looked like an iPod from 10 years ago that was supposed to be a cure with all of its special healing waves or some such word salad. Anyway, I've made several comments about it, and on looking down at the other comments, that were quite few negative ones, and even his supporters were saying that it seemed a bit expensive, which at £500 was an understatement. Funny thing is, I just had a look at his channel and the video has mysteriously disappeared. And this I double checked and it had disappeared. And then it came back up earlier on. And then just before filming this, I checked again and it had gone down again. It was on his website too. And it had been taken off and it had been put back up. And again, it has been taken off. So anyway, on with this comment. Perhaps it was a scam too far, even for our Simon. I have the video saved and can view it as it's no longer available. He says that he sent the link to other people. Simon and Kim introduced Biomedis Global was the title of the video. I did notice that several people had said that on Simon's recommendation they had bought one, and I did email them to say it's a scam, but I don't suppose any of them took any notice. They normally say I'm a troll or a shill. Yeah, I get that. Or I work with a deep state. Yeah, I get that too. And they ignore my advice. It was sad reading some of the comments because they were people saying that they were in chronic pain and would love one of these devices, but could not afford it. And one person said that they had a meager income, but would try to get the money together for one. This is sad, and it's just like the whole medbed thing, and these people relying on it. It's a sad story, and the people that can't afford it too. It's one of the reasons why I do this and shine a spotlight on these things that these people are pushing. Anyway, I hope the video was taken down because of complaints on YouTube. So I'm going to have a look into this. And today I've brought along someone to look into it with me.
How's it going,
Jordan
my friend?
Sather.
This is going to be interesting. In fact, you just told me about this whole Biomedis dealio. I had seen a couple of just headlines, maybe like Simon Parks on his Telegram channel posted a video about it. I haven't looked into it yet. So when you invited me to come on here to check this video out and telling me that Simon even took it down and put it back up, took it down, I had to jump at the opportunity. Like, this is going to be such gold. And in fact, while you were going through that comment, I brought up simonparks.org, and I'm sending you the link right now. He posted an update on his blog yesterday that says right here, Biomedis Global Update. We are currently having some technical issues with the payment gateway on our website due to the high volume of sales we have experienced. Our IT department is in the process of resolving this issue. For those clients who attempted to make a purchase but was not successful, we have your details and you will have priority to repurchase our limited stock for this month. We would like to thank you for your patience and understanding on this matter.
The Biomedis Global Team. Yeah, that's exactly right. So I did see that actually. So when I went back to go and check for the video, that had gone, but there was this statement that, we're selling so many of these.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure your website, your payment gateway went down because of the high volume of sales, huh?
But what's fishy is the video's not on his website, as you say.
Hmm.
It's been taken down. The same with his YouTube. Obviously, the commenter had said it'd been taken down. And I went onto BitChute to go and get the video because it was still there. And then I looked earlier, but the video was back up again on YouTube. And I checked just before this, it had gone off YouTube. I went to go and send it to a friend. It had gone off YouTube. It had gone off his website, but it's still on BitChute.
Okay. Is it on his BitChute channel? No, it looks like it's
No,
not.
it's not.
Right. So it's off YouTube and his BitChute. All right.
So he's managed to, from his end, delete anything on his end. So you have to question why he would do that, and it's probably, for me, because of the backlash that he'd got. So I'm sure you're aware. At
I
one
was just
point,
gonna say, incredible how a man that gets supposed intel from super secret alliance white hat patriot sources is allowed all over YouTube still. And in terms of the whole medbed thing, yeah, it's been such a grift for the last few years. People coming out with, I mean, what does medbed even mean, right? It's such an empty buzzword that people are throwing out there, and these influencers like Simon, they don't describe what technology, what even science is behind these supposed med beds. They just use the word med bed and then throw it out there and then allow their followers to be led to believe that it's gonna cure their cancers or take away their multiple sclerosis or even to regrow limbs and all this sort of stuff. It's bad. It's bad.
as you say, it's been going on for quite a while as well.
Mhm.
He's been saying for over a year now, I think, that it's coming soon. And if it was coming soon, why all of a sudden this ipod technology? This is a stopgap in between, and isn't medbeds meant to be imminent? And
Right.
so
The
why?
latest one I've heard is that the alliance is rolling them out in December or in January, and they're going to be, all over the world. I even a few months back, I was listening to a Simon interview that he was giving, and he claimed that the U.S. naval intelligence, like American military intelligence, contacted British man Simon Parks back in 2015 to start using his connecting consciousness organization to start rolling these med beds out to the public. Like,
That's right. I
go
mean,
ahead, man.
how absurd!
Yeah.
What didn't they not? Am I right in thinking they went? He said that it went to his doorstep or something.
I'm not exactly
Might be
sure. I
wrong. Might be
remember
wrong with that
explicitly
detail.
he said naval intelligence contacted him in 2015 to help roll out the med bed technology, and I don't know.
To utilize his connecting consciousness group, basically, what it was,
Right.
is
Yeah.
what he's saying, because he's got a reach to all these people, and because he had this platform, which I don't think was very big back then. Talk about 5 years ago. I mean, certainly not the heights that it is now.
Right. I
Um,
remember hearing about Simon Parks for the first time, maybe around 2017 or 18. And at that point, it was into the being in contact with the mantis aliens or the reptilian aliens or something like that. And those were his stories back then. So
yeah,
I didn't pay much attention to him. I really
that's it.
started paying attention to him around January this year, of course, when he started coming out with all of his intel.
He switched it up, didn't he? Because
Right.
like
He
I say,
switched
his
it up
whole
real
story
quick.
was alien abductee beforehand, and towards the end of last year, he'd started saying that he was in contact with the Trump team, etc. And he went on a whole new tangent, the QFS, etc., etc.
Mhm.
But what I want to note before we watch this video is the end of last year, I think the beginning of this year, he started promoting and selling 5G bio sticks.
Mhm.
So I'm sure you've heard of those, which essentially are a cheap, with hardly any space on them, USB stick with a
You can
sticker
buy
on
them on
them.
Alibaba for what, like $5?
What I will say is that some people called that out as being a scam. Now, Simon took these people to court for saying that he was scamming people with these, and he actually won. So I'm going to be very careful about how we talk about these five. I'm not saying that he was scamming people with them, but he was promoting these 5G bio shields, and I'm not going to necessarily say that what we're going to look at now is a scam, but people can make their own minds up. So shall we get into
Let's
looking
do
at
it.
this
I wanna hear this video.
video?
Right, now, my dear fellow Kim, everyone will say, yeah, but haven't we just seen you last week? We will say, aha, but this is something very special, isn't it?
I believe it is. Now, I know that you and me have been talking about this, and Becky, for months. In fact, I know that you tried yours. I think it was was June.
I think it was.
And
Oh, I'm sorry, that's exactly what it looks like. Like an old iPod. It's like it's not like they're going to go on to say that this has healing technology, healing frequencies. It's like not a medbed. It's like a med iPod.
Metapod. Okay, a metapod.
Yeah.
I know that we've been wanting to share it, but again, it's taken all of this time to be able to share the Trinity, Biomedis Trinity, because it's made in Russia. It's patented technology, and it's made in Russia, and mostly only available in Russia. And actually, the people that we work with, Wesley, who some people may recall that name, they've been working really diligently to try and get a certain amount of them out every month, and they pulled it off just a week ago. And I know that maybe you could speak on your experience of how it worked for you, or maybe just to start with, I can just say, well, basically, I'm sure that all of your people will have heard of Royal Rife, Dr. Rife.
Of course.
Way back in, I believe, the 20s and 30s, he was curing rooms full of people with cancer using frequency. And I mean, everybody's heard about frequency. And then, of course, bioresonance. Traditionally, these things have been made in Germany and Russia. And yes. I think that a while back, they were these huge things costing 75,000. The price has been coming down, but they're still very, very expensive. Well, these guys have got all of those frequencies, all the bioresonances, and this is a smart machine that's fully patented. It reads your body, and then you can set the frequencies. And at the moment, in this one alone that I've got, you can see this thing here that says complexes. There are over 1,000, and it deals with all sorts of issues. They describe it as something that aids in recovery, but it's detoxification. It's also the different frequencies that operate in the brain for sleeping. There are so many different things, but I'll talk about my personal experience in a minute. But what about you and Becky? How did you get on with yours?
Well, first of all, the Rife machine that I had was about the size of an old-fashioned typewriter, and had about 30 or 40 cables that you had to plug into it. And I found it personally very difficult to go through the paper manual. It was undoubtedly worked. It was a good machine, but it was very, very complex.
Sounds like he's talking like he, used to have the Enigma machine, like the back in World War II, like all those big ass computers all hooked up to him. He used to have a similar device, he says, that was the size of a typewriter that did the same thing.
Right. And one line the gentleman before Simon here said is that Royal Rife, I'm fairly familiar with Royal Rife. He claimed that he was curing room full of people. I don't exactly know if Rife was going to that extent with playing around with his frequency technologies. It took Rife, as far as I understand, a long time to test each frequency with a particular pathogen or virus to find what was called the MOR, or the mortal oscillatory rate of that pathogen, basically the frequency that killed the virus. It took him a long time because he would test thousands of frequencies with each virus, find the MRR that killed that virus, and then move on to the next virus, test thousands of frequencies again to find the one that killed that one. So I don't know if it was that far, but apparently this device has all Rife's frequencies in it, so it's gonna, cure everything.
Apparently, he cured rooms full of people with cancer. Is that what is the statement he made?
I don't know about that one.
So back in June, then, when you guys said to me, "Come on, try this one out," and I looked at it and I thought, "Oh Lord, the menu is going to be awful." But actually, when I switched it on, I found it so simple to use, to go through to whatever you were looking for, and to set that, and then you wear it round a cord, round your neck, touching your skin, and it was on for 30 minutes or 40 minutes or an hour, whatever it is. So you have to make sure you're able to do that. And I certainly used it, and there was an immediate, when I say immediate, I mean the next day, a huge improvement. And I wasn't shocked because I'm already familiar with the Rife machine, but what shocked me was how they had miniaturized what normally is in a box that big into something like that. But then I recalled that, of course, the Rothschilds have been thrown out of Russia. Big Pharma doesn't operate in Russia. Putin has chased all those people out. So actually, it's the place to be innovative. It's the place where somebody with a bit of capability can go, and providing they've got friends, they can produce these machines without the pharmaceutical industry stamping down on them.
Okay, so he wears this device around. Apparently, you can wear it around your neck, and it needs to touch your skin. So he's been wearing it. He's tested it himself. He's worn it around his neck, touching his skin. It's discreet, and they go on to say he wouldn't have believed that that they could make something so big, so small. But then he realised it's come from Russia, and Putin has kicked the Rothschilds out of Russia and Big Pharma out of Russia. So that makes sense to him. What are your thoughts on that?
Couple of things. Number one, what are the frequencies even? You're going to tell us the hertz range, the megahertz range. You could, I would like a little more science behind this if I'm going to attach a device on my body for an hour a day and expect to be healed. And number two, they're acting like Russia is 100% pure, and there's no bad corporations. There's no evil in Russia. Like, sure, maybe Putin's trying to clamp down on some stuff there. Who knows? But, as we know with many of these individuals, they like to claim they have all the knowledge or on the intel as to what's going on with international operations. They claim they know everything of what's going on in America, for instance. So how does he know exactly what's going on in Russia?
Well, yeah. How does he know what's going on in America? Either is the question what we've repeatedly asked. On your first point, though, you said about what's the science behind it. So I've watched this video briefly once before, obviously doing the show. I just thought, right, let's just watch it kind of blind, and you're watching it blind, and let's just talk about it. But I believe he then later goes on to say, we'll talk about that. There'll be doctors come forward. We'll talk about it next year.
Next year.
We'll talk about the science next year. But for now, there's an offer on. So buy them quick.
Buy them quick before the payment processor goes down and you can't get them anymore.
Exactly. I've got to stop right here because I've got someone phoning into the show. So perhaps better take this call. See who this is.
Oh, we got a caller.
Yeah, we got a caller. I wonder if I can.
Oh, hello? Right. Here we go. Here we go again.
Meow.
Lieman Sharks, welcome to the show. Good to have you on again.
Do you know, I'm rather ticked off with this sort of business. I'm absolutely sick to death of seeing your face talking nonsense. You don't understand don't know the science. You don't know the products. You don't know anything about what I do. And you don't ask me to come on. I have to force my way in. That's because I'm MI5 affiliated and I know how to force my way into situations. But you know something, I shouldn't have to.
I do wonder how you phone into these shows. It's not a phone-in show. So it must be MI5 interference.
Not telling you.
But, you say that we don't ask you and we don't know the science. We're asking the question, what is the science behind these? You haven't revealed that yet. So.
Well, you've caught me on the hop, frankly. But I did, before I stepped out, I had to step outside because the cats are in absolute turmoil at the moment. I've got General Flynn at Linwood's throat all the time, and I can't hear myself think. The curtains are wrecked. There's a lot of horrible meowing going on. And you know what? I've had to step out just to deal with you. But I brought a device with me so you can see it for yourself. You can see how real it actually is. Look at that. It's absolutely
I'm more impressed that you have that machine there than.
Yeah. This is
very impressed.
You know those exist anymore.
You're smart, Alex. You think you know, but you don't know. So here it is. This is, Lieman, your payment processor apparently is down, so I can't buy one of those. But, a couple of months ago,
during one of your Connecting Consciousness calls, you told everybody that the QFS was going to get activated like next week, which would have been like 3 months ago. So I'm just wondering, can these QFS funds, can they pay for everybody's Metapod?
Right. Well, unfortunately, there's been a glitch with the QFS. Now, I've been on to Fraudy. He's a bit difficult to get hold of at the moment. He was on his private jet the other day, and I think he landed safely, but he's not posted many pictures on social media, so I don't know for sure. But Fraudy is the head of the QFS. So actually what you need to do is you need to get him on, talk to him about it, because he understands where the funds are going to be allocated. And obviously, you know, the QFS is very closely linked to us at CC. And what we're going to do is, what we're planning on doing is, we're planning on getting funding to roll out the medbeds in January and February, but also just in the meantime, as a stopgap, we've got these. So we've gone from the medibedis to the biomedis, you see, and they are. I mean, look at them. Look at the technology. Look at that. That is amazing.
Do they play MP3s while they're curing my cancer?
Well, I mean, I mean, you're the patient. You decide. I mean, that's your decision, isn't it? I mean, this is the magic of this incredible device. There is a problem with the payment processing at the moment. You're quite right about that. But do you know what? I can't account for suitcase bombs. There was a credible threat, and so we had to just stand down and until you know, we can investigate further. That's the reason.
So is this stopgap?
It's a stopgap.
These Biomedis rather than medibedis. Are these helping to fund the medbed rollout?
It's not about funding, actually. No. So it's not even about the money. not even about that. What it is it's because I care. It's because I care deeply for humanity. And I really just want to provide something that screams health, you know, and that's what this is. This isn't for me. No, this is for you. But you know, but you're making all of these outrageous claims.
Lieman, yeah, it's lovely to have you on, and thank you for sharing a bit more about and showing us this groundbreaking technology that you clearly have. But me and Jordan have got a show to get on with. So, well,
yes, but I don't want to hear any more ridiculous remarks about my good technology. Okay, I want to hear that you're not going to continue with this line of nonsense.
We'll carry on with the show. We'll keep it objective. Okay, we'll see.
Objective, right? Yeah. Okay. Listen, I know you, deep state. I can see you both getting all over.
That's enough now. That's enough now, Lieman. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for forcing a call through your MI5 means.
Bye,
Yeah, I can see it. Thank you very much.
Only £500. Only bargain.
Anyway, sorry about that, Jordan.
It's okay.
It's not even a phone-in show. I do not know how she keeps getting in. Anyway, back to the video.
That is why that's occurred. Now, Germany, although Germany, you know, we've talked about Memon, does have big pharmaceuticals, it's actually got a track record in this field. And so I think they can do things in Germany, frankly, that you couldn't do in Britain or America, because they wouldn't be allowed to do it. But Russia's a different thing. They don't have the same problems. So when I reminded myself of that, then I realized why they were ahead of the game, why they could miniaturize something. And so 100%, we tried it in June, and I've been asking you, when can we go with this? When can we go with it? But I understand it. You have to pull a deal off, because, you know, there's no point in doing this if you can only post 10 a month or 20 a month. It's just pointless. So if you've got a figure that's reasonable, as long as people understand that there's a waiting list, because you won't be able to fulfill all of it immediately, but it's well worth having, because to my knowledge, there's nothing like this on the market. and I'm so pleased. It's going to help loads of people, Kim.
Yeah. And I just thought I'd just do this, and you can see that's the beginning of the complexes. There are 1,000 of them.
Yeah, but it's
and
not
actually,
complicated to use. This is what I'm saying to the audience. And when I looked at that, I thought, oh no, but it's easier than setting a digital watch.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is that, for example, I've got it on these ones at the moment. There's a data.
Sorry,
I say he's flipping you off, Em. They're mad at you. So let's see what that says while you pause it at the perfect time. So it says acne. Oh.
Adenoids.
Adenoids.
Basic daytime, basic nighttime. I don't know what that says at the top. Men.
Man, seriously, like after researching Wi-Fi frequencies, 5G, all that stuff, like I am not going to want to put any kind of frequency emitting device next to my head while I sleep all night without knowing what the heck it is.
Yeah, it seems odd. Like with mobile phones, things like that, you know, you're told not to leave them nearby your body for too long, etc. You certainly shouldn't sleep with them. This technology. I mean, let's look at the shell of it. I mean, is that manufactured like for this purpose, or is this
looks like it's made in China?
Sorry?
It looks like it's made in China, honestly.
Is it like a knockoff iPod type thing that they've programmed, you know? I mean, was it manufactured for this purpose is what I'm trying to say, or have they commandeered some knockoff iPad, reprogrammed them, and are now selling them for
got so many questions. So many questions. But this whole list of things, you know, I mean, let's listen to the video about how they explain it works, because there's no point in me saying it now. But it's meant to, you know, scan the body and be able to help with all of these things. It just
time detox and a nighttime detox, and actually there are these different settings that you can wear it around the neck, or in a little t-shirt pocket, or just in a pocket in your jeans if you like. Or you can set it by your computer, that's another setting. Or you can put it beside your bed at night. And some of the programs are very long, but it can work with you while you're sleeping.
Yes.
And of course, there are sleep modes, there are recovery modes. And just on my own personal experience, I just started out with all the detox programs, and I found it super helpful because I've done quite a lot of that in my life. But my recent experience with the dreaded, I was conversing with Wes, and then he spoke to the company. Anyway, cutting a long story short, there is now a recovery program for that and a prevention program for that particular thing. Now, I don't know whether you remember, but a week or 2 weeks ago, I could barely walk, barely talk.
Oh yes, because you've been hammered. Yeah,
absolutely hammered, flat. You know, practically.
I don't know if it means the same in America.
In America, it definitely means he's drunk off his ass. So that's why I'm hoping
barely talk. Oh yes, well you were hammered, you know.
Hammered up. Yeah. I'm assuming he's sick. He's saying he's sick or had a cold or something.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it sounded like he was saying he was absolutely drunk out of his mind. You were hammered, but yeah, I mean, best cure for the hangover.
Right there. Just get your medipod.
Get a medipod.
Dead. And I just think the people are saying, wow, you just like, you're back, man. You know, you're really present again. I can hear the energy. Well, I was using this and of course good diet, but I really, really believe it's an extraordinary thing. And there's going to be tremendous excitement as we move forward, because I know that in the future, I don't know whether it's going to be January, but there will be a monthly Zoom with them and the doctors, and people will be able to bring questions to the table. They're incredibly efficient, and it's, you know, we will need to use a translator because it's Russia.
Yeah, of course.
But, you know, I think that we're really going to, next year we'll start diving really deeply into how it all works,
sure,
what it really means, and how people can get best use out of it.
Great. I mean, it's not just about the detox though, because when I was going through the programs, I mean, there are a whole.
Before it goes into that, just to recap on what he just said, he had said next year Russian doctors are going to explain this technology, right? But for now, and I'm sure as it's about to go on to, you know, there's a big discount if you buy this, especially if you buy it through Connecting Consciousness Group. But next year we'll discuss the science. You'll get to talk to the doctors from Russia. Why can't we talk about the science now? I mean,
give me a name. Yeah, give me a
half
name of a
grand.
doctor at least.
Sorry?
Give me a name of a doctor at least. Let me look them up. Like you said, why can't we talk about it right now?
Research. I mean, like, you know, these things usually come with a load of word salad on a website, right? Saying, well, these do these frequencies and this, that, and the other, and it's because of this, and that they try to explain the science on you know on these websites that are selling them. Yeah, apparently you know these doctors are going to come on and talk about the science in the new year, but I think until the end of January they have an offer on. I think they're about to say that.
Simon's scrolling through the thing looking for the hair growth option.
You do wonder. I mean, the tufts seem to be growing on top. You know, they're not growing forward, but you know, it may be worth.
Play.
I mean, do you want to just go through it and just read some of them out? That would be
really
I
absolutely will. Just turn it back on. So you just turn it back on. Then you go into these complexes and you can start to see the list. Okay, we've got act. Then you go into these complexes and you can
that's the same list.
Start to see the list. Okay, we've got acne, we've got adenoids. In the next thing, angina, antifungal, arthritis pain, body muscles, chickenpox, bronchitis.
This is it. It's
cure the chickenpox, cure angina, some of these things.
You know, because it goes right back to, as you said, to the 1920s and 30s. In fact, it's associated with people who were being able to take pictures of your aura, and this understanding of frequencies and how they related. And you know, Tesla was also understanding frequencies, but he went down it on a different way. And so much of what is being rediscovered today, or packaged in a more convenient method, actually has its roots right back then. But what happened was that the pharmaceutical industry took over, and it's taken this amount of time for something to be portable, convenient, and usable. I mean, the other machines that we talked about were great, but you literally had to set yourself up for an afternoon or a morning session. This means you can actually go about town with this round your neck, and that's convenience, and that's what people want.
Yeah, and one of my favorite ones here is energy restoration.
Portable, convenient, and usable. I mean, the other machines that we talked about were great, but you literally had to set yourself up for an afternoon or a morning session. This means you can actually go about town with this round your neck, and that's convenience, and that's what people want.
Yeah, and one of my favorite ones here is
dysmenorrhea, huh? Endometriosis.
Endometriosis. Sorry, I just wanted to see what else it can.
Earitis. Ear hearing.
Restoration. I'm feeling a bit. If I'm feeling like I'm having another very long day, and you know, in the world that we're living in, I pop energy restoration on, and I'm feeling bloody great. There's food poisoning, gallstone. I mean, I look.
Food poisoning.
It's all there.
It's all there. I could go on, and then if you go all the way down to the bottom, then you get into some really exciting areas, because you start dealing with, here we go. I'm still going through the list. It's incredible. It just goes on and on. It's
wonderful.
So here we are. So beta rhythm, brain frequencies, anxiety reduction, the alpha rhythm, alpha for comfort, alpha for peace. So it also can work on restoring balance in the brain.
It's a very spiritual machine. It's a sort of machine that a spiritual person would actually just, like, you pick up your...
shit.
Where did that come from?
Oh, no.
Where did that come from?
That's disgusting. A spiritual person would use. Dude, you can go on YouTube and type in binaural beats and listen to that shit for free. And they want you to pay 500 pounds here to reset your brain waves. Here's the thing. I'm on the Biomedis website right now, biomedis.ru, and no articles at all. In fact, under the article page, it still has the template text from creating the website. No videos at all.
What, enter your text here?
Yeah. English test description. English test is like literally. And okay, documents here. I'll send you what I'm talking about. And then they do have some documents up. On their document page, they have some certificates, it looks like, but most of it's in Russian. I can't exactly tell. These more so just look like business documents, like, oh, we have an LLC that's registered. They don't appear to be scientific studies showing the efficacy of the product, but I could be wrong. I'm not exactly sure. There's scant details on this website. Apparently, it does have a couple of the scientists' names, it looks like, on the left, on the bottom. They're blogs, but yeah, if you go...
Sharapov's blog.
Right. So on the left, that column, if you click on articles and videos, there's none. And then what do the blog pages look like? They're all in Russian. And it's just a WordPress. It's a .blogspot page. And the last post was 3.5 years ago from this.
Oh, geez.
From Sharafov.
We have moved. The official website is here.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why it's 3 years ago. Maybe
Biomedis sets with 25% discount. Holiday discount, 20% off.
So this new website's more of a sale. It's pure sales. I don't see any information on it. I went and clicked news, and it just says congratulations to the winners of the promo. No info.
No, it's just talking about payments, dollar payments switched off. Promo winners, lots of promo winners.
Yeah, there we go. Business Biomedis. Profitable and secure plan of rewards. Is this like an MLM page here? Oh, you can join. Invitation code. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Can I sign up to be an affiliate for this, I guess? Is that their affiliate page, the business page?
Yeah, we've got some quotes.
Oh, here we go. Konstantin Sandalov. Let's read him. I have been engaged in network business for more than 20 years. I remember how I started doing my first business steps and building a partner network. That sounds like a multi-level marketing gig. Yeah. Now I am a dollar millionaire. That's what it says. He's a dollar millionaire. Son of a bitch. Here it is, literally. Scroll to the bottom of that. It says MLM. I checked in practice what MLM business is.
There you go.
Right there.
It's right there.
Lovely.
Yeah. Who else we got there? Anna Pogason. And again, the first sentence. In March 2014, I faced the issue of choosing a new MLM company. My criteria were not so simple. What is this? Is this a new technology to help medically and bypass the apparent elite and give this technology to the average person? Or is it an MLM company selling some scam?
Oh, good Lord. Doing these live digs is pretty fun. Found their YouTube page too. Just sent it to you. It's all in Russian though. None of it's in English. So.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I found like
pretty
3
sure.
videos in English, but testimonials, I guess.
That's not being shared, is it? So let's try. Just to quickly show you people their YouTube, which Jordan has just seen and sent me. But really, I think that on this video that we're about to show you, so you can see it's mostly in Russian.
I'm interested in this one. A year ago, they uploaded a video about biosky photonic crystals, bioresonance health correctors. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, Simon was discussing Kirlian photography. That's what he was referencing when he said photographs of people's auras. So, I mean, I don't discount the idea of energy medicine, but I'm also a pragmatic thinker. I'm going to need some data, some science to prove the claims of what you're suggesting, especially for a product.
So it would seem a lot of these, there's a lot of people holding this device up, might be customer reviews. You see.
I mean, here's a video of the exact same product from 3 years ago. It looks like they've had it for a while. Maybe they've just been doing the MLM thing in Russia this whole time, and now they're starting to expand to English-speaking countries. So
they've got a lot of videos.
They do, really.
Jeez.
I'm going back 4 years ago now. Exact same little device 4 years ago.
But wasn't Simon saying that that he'd used technology recently that was as big as a typewriter, and oh wow, they've now managed to make it. They've now managed to
5
scale
years
it
ago.
down.
Exact same device 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Stuff.
I'm just scrolling down as fast as I can.
Wow.
Oh, about 7 years ago, we get to a different looking device that's still tiny. It's even smaller than the new one, but it looks like a thermostat. Yeah, those.
That. I mean, wouldn't we have, if this was legit? Here we go. We're going back all the way to 9 years ago to the last video. Wouldn't we have heard about this before? Simon's talking about these med beds and things like that, and apparently talking about technology that's as big as typewriters that he's previously used. And I doubt it was 9 years ago. And then apparently there's this, company that's been running this scheme, let's say, 9 years. Over multiple devices that have gone from looking like a thermostat, it looked like they had some sort of kind of iPad type or tablet type one, to basically an iPod. Anyway.
Yeah, man. And if anybody starts talking about detox or energy and they just don't talk about basic health topics like eating better or changing a lifestyle, what are they really selling you on? I don't know.
Well, yeah, exactly. I think that they do actually show an advert for this soon in this interview. So let's carry on to.
Okay, let's finish it up here.
In the morning to go to the office, you'd pick that up and you'd take it with you, because I envisage people at their desk at work, at their home, wherever they are, even school teachers, actually having that round hidden by their clothing, but having it working, because it's not obtrusive and it's really excellent. So I think you said there was a 2-minute film or video we can.
What we could do is it's only 2.5 minutes, and it's super simple, but it just shows you, it's a very, very quick overview. We'll have much more in-depth ones, as we move forward. But I thought
it's going to have lots of great visuals about the science, Jordan.
It would be really cool for everybody to just see basically this launch moment, to see what they're about, and then we'll pop back in a minute. That's pretty powerful.
Well,
Pretty powerful. What do you think to their advert?
Oh man, I've got some news for you, Em.
Go for it.
I found the YouTube link to the original video that they uploaded of this. He didn't take it down; it's unlisted.
Oh, okay.
So if you would like to go through some comments,
that's probably why when they sent me the link. Sorry, the commenter, the one that I showed at the beginning of the video, sent me the link, and I watched it through the link. So I don't know whether he did actually put it back on to his YouTube channel, because I just clicked the link. So maybe it's been off the YouTube channel the whole time. It's like he put it up publicly and took it down, and it's been down since.
So if you would like to go through some comments at the end after we're done with this video, we can check out what some people are saying.
Sure thing.
One of the top comments here, let me just read real quick. It says, oh, I just received our new Rife machine. We are senior citizens on a fixed budget. When Nazara Jazara kicks in, we are getting one of these for sure.
Waiting for the free money to get the medbed device, right?
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to finish this video?
Yeah, let's finish it off. There's not
do it.
much of it left, and then we'll have perhaps a little browse through some of those comments.
It's funny that because it's short.
It's also the different frequencies that operate in the brain for sleeping. There are so many different things, but I'll talk about my personal experience in a minute.
That was
very good.
Well, that's pretty powerful.
Well, it's funny that because it's short, and you said it was fairly simple. It actually does cover the depth of it in the sense that you realise this is something a bit special. Yeah. And I think that people will want to see more complex stuff. Although, to be truthful with you, I think people would just say, I want one. Because, many of CC's audience, if they haven't had a Rife machine, they may have borrowed it from a friend, or they've been to a health practitioner and they've paid for a session and they've used it. Or they may have them themselves, but they'll look at that and they'll say, wow, like I said, it was the size of a typewriter when I had one. That was 10 years ago. So I think that people will say,
okay, so you said there 10 years ago. We just saw those videos on the YouTube channel, went back to 9 years ago. But he's only just talking about this company now. Not that, he may not have known about it all this time, but apparently this stuff's been happening. They've had this technology, or this company has, for 9 years. And maybe Simon knows that they've been doing this for 9 years, and that's why he said 10 years ago.
I want it. And there'll also, be people who are practitioners. They have lots of modalities, and they're going to want that, not necessarily for their clients, but for themselves. Yeah. And I think that it just shows what's happening. So, all right, here's always the crunch point. CC, a real spiritual audience, we always demand discounts. Oh, no. What's the deal?
Well, it's normally, I think, for
real spiritual audience, always demand
discounts.
We
demand,
and of course, out of nowhere, we didn't really talk about this much. He just went into, and of course, this technology is spiritual. I just don't know where that, how that connects, like where that came from, that statement. And it was clearly like one of these. And by the way, if you're spiritual, this is for you also. I know a lot of you are spiritual out there, right?
99 up in that kind of
99,
yeah. So, but I think the opening offer till the end of January is way down at 429, and without mentioning
499, but the opening offer to the end of January 429.
Any other things, I mean, at this, to get this for that price, I think is really, really incredible. Well, I think it's a wonderful.
It is because, it is, Kim, because anybody who and spiritual people in CC and elsewhere will know that the machines that I've talked about, they retail for between 750 and a couple of £1,000 now. I mean, now come right down in price, but that's the sort of price you'd pay. so people will look at that, and yes, it's a bit expensive, but it's not £1,000. And it's actually, I'll be honest with you, it's got about the same, although there's some more newer modes in there, but it's this convenience. These machines, and I have got one, and I say it's that big. I can't take that away with me. I can't carry it around with me. And you've got to set yourself up, and you've got to keep still. Here's the key. And with this thing, and I've tried it, I could just put it on and I go into the kitchen, make a hot chocolate, come out, feed the dogs, do whatever. And it's not trailing wires.
Feed the dogs? What about the cats? And hang on a minute, you got this typewriter sized version of this. Show it on the video.
Right. I'm wanting him to show it. Prove he has one.
It's not that obtrusive. I didn't feel any discomfort, and it's doing its job. Now, you said the longer programs, then you put it by the side of your bed. I think it's got like a 1.5 meter range or something. I can't remember now, but plenty of room, and it just works away. So there are some programs which are 3 hours. So it's really flexible. So for under £500, well under £500, this is a piece of kit that if people can afford it, it should be their Christmas present. So if anybody can afford their Christmas present to themselves this year, and I know we're all struggling with the COVID laws, but this is the present to get, because it's not going to be outdone. This is going to be a technology with us now, this frequency technology forever. So, we've tried it. Becky tried it, and then I've tried it, and we found it worked really well. And when I compare it to the main Rife machine, I would say that the difference for me is this was portable, and that's a real key.
How did it work for you, Simon? What ailments did it cure? Tell us about it.
I found the Biomedis eBay page.
The eBay page?
Yeah, straight up. I'm assuming this is theirs. It's biomedis.club. Just sent you the link. Looks like they've only had a couple sales, but it's up for $600 on their eBay page. This one's for $550. Payment issues. I'm on their biomedis.global website right now, and it seems like their cart's working fine. I mean, I can buy it on their Biomedis page, $429. Let's proceed to checkout. Let's see. I mean, there doesn't appear to be any issues. I can put my card in right there on their
on their eBay. They've got 2 positive feedback ratings, and then they've got 4 positive comments. I think I was talking to the Alethea project Taps earlier on, and he'd said that on their website, when he looked, they had something like an 83% trust rating. And I said, "What's the trust rating?" And he said, "Well, I don't really know. There's no reviews on their product, but they've got an 83% trust rating somehow."
I mean, you can always pay people to write good comments for you and upvote your stuff and stuff. So,
well, they've got 4 comments right here on there.
Where do you see the comment? Oh, these are the comments. Okay.
And then it's got 2 positive reviews. So
nice.
We're getting 5 comments and 2 positive reviews.
Can afford their Christmas present to themselves this year, and I know we're all struggling with the COVID laws, but this is the present to get, because it's not going to be outdone. This is going to be a technology with us now, this frequency technology forever. So, we've tried it. Becky tried it, and then I've tried it, and we found it worked really well. And when I compare it to the main Rife machine, I would say that the difference for me is this was portable, and that's a real key.
Yeah, and the other really cool thing about it, and this is for something that everybody should understand, is that before you start, you choose the thing that you want to run, the program. Then you hold it to your body, just a few inches away from your heart. You turn it on. It then scans your particular body, and it takes all of that information. So that's what makes it a smart machine that's geared absolutely to your situation, your physiology. That's incredible. So look, this is the beginning of a journey with this. There's lots more to discover about it. I really hoped that Wesley would be able to pull this off for us, after hours and hours of talking to Russians and translators and them going, well, who are these guys? Can we trust them? Is this the right way for us to go? And it's been like this. But they've supplied us with the first video. We've got 500 of them a month. That will increase,
right,
and you can pre-order. But anyway, it's with us now. It's a really solid relationship. We're really excited, and I know I'm really passionate about the farm. I'm really passionate about.
This isn't taking it away. This is
an additional
not competition.
Thing.
This is exactly
absolutely not.
This is, and it's a very well made piece of kit. I mean, I've seen, no disrespect, I've seen stuff coming out of China, and this is actually well made. It's what we used in the old days used to call.
I was just working some simple maths out of my head. 500 of them a month. So that's 500 times 500, which I think's 250 grand, right? A month worth of product. If they're selling 500 times 2, that's $500,000 in product over between now and the end of January when their sale ends. Before they've even talked about the science with the doctors on the various Zoom calls that they plan to make. I mean, I'm just pointing out that there's a lot of money involved, especially if, as we've seen on their site at the beginning, their payments are jammed, their sales are through the roof.
I mean, I'm finding it for sale on Alibaba too, and eBay, and on their Biomedis.global site. Seems to bring me to a checkout fine. So I don't know what Simon means when he's saying.
Well, I think he means their stock, because this Kim guy, is talking about how he's got a relationship with Biomedis, and they are getting 500. They've agreed to get 500 product per month, and then through Simon, they are offering through the Connecting Consciousness group, they're offering a discount, right?
Huh. Okay.
So I should imagine they're talking about selling all of the stock of the stock that they have got from Biomedis. And I was just pointing out that that's a lot of money. So not saying it, is a scam, and who knows what the markup is on, who knows what they're getting, the price that they're getting per unit, and who knows what the markup is. But I should imagine there's a lot of money involved with this. I mean, the product itself is ridiculous. I mean, if it does what it says on the tin, I suppose it's a bargain. But my feelings would be that there's no proof that this actually works. Although saying that, I've not looked through those hundreds of customer reviews on their YouTube page from the Russians. I'm sure that they're all very trustworthy.
Yeah, I'm curious what the compensation is for their affiliate program. I wonder what percentage Simon's getting. So I found the link to the, I think, Biomedis global page that Simon probably hit on his website. I found it on Google though. And then when you click the visit site link on his webpage, it brings you to the biomedis.global referral / Simon Park site. So he clearly has a referral code linked to that hyperlink on his website page. So yeah, I can't find anything on Biomedis' website about what their affiliate percentage is. Could be anywhere from 20 to 40 or so.
20 to 40. 20% of,
just a guess, but
yeah, but
that's,
I mean,
typically what retailers will do for affiliate codes. I've seen them anywhere from 10 to 15%, all the way up to 40, depending on what the company, their percentages, and what they can offer the influencers. So, say mid ball, low ball, 20% of every 500 sales. So Simon could be getting $50 to $100 per per sale.
unit.
Yeah.
And if they're
unit.
selling 500 a month,
Think about it.
It's money. It's a lot of money.
It's actually really well made, and you can see that there's been a history of, the research in that product, and so the whole point about trying to lead the charge against the pollution that we face in this world is to try and identify a whole range of products which regular guys can get hold of, that aren't just the privilege of the elite. Because of you and I off camera, Kim, we've always said, what law says that regular people have to go without? What law is there that says only these elite people can have all this protection? Why is that? And why should we be stopped from showing what these things can do, and then let people make their mind up? Because I tell you that the elite people, they have all similar things. They've got all this because they know the poison out there on the earth, sadly. And what they do is they hide it from the regular guys, and we're supposed to just muck along and get along. Well, no, I'm not having that, and neither are you. And that's why there are these people with this brilliance who've created it and somehow got it to market. Well, we're going to support them, and we're going to support spiritual people by saying, you don't have to be a billionaire to be protected. Here's these products. They're not big pharma. They're coming from these small groups who have resisted the matrix of the world. Get on board and get one, because I recommend it entirely. No question about that.
Yeah, and I'm just putting this up to the screen, and you can see there are certain things now have been added to this.
Yes, I like the one about constipation.
There's that, but it's got an interesting one at the top. It's
cold running, conjunctivitis, constipation. Oh, the big CV words at the top. I see. That's what they're laughing about.
Oh, that's a sell.
Very current. They're constantly upgrading. They can even remove kind of the heavy metal and EMF damage to cells.
Remember that before that word became what it meant, it was actually a term for viruses. It was just a term for all bloody viruses. So the great thing is that they can be updated. And to be honest with you, if you buy one now, 5 years time, it'll still be relevant, because when I looked through that menu, I was like blown away with the list and the list. It was like the big machine. So listen, I'll just say, look, wonderful, wouldn't be without it, and it works.
Brilliant. All right, listen, it's great to see you. I hope that all the CC members enjoy the Christmas. I know we're going to talk again just before Christmas to update on this, that, and the other.
And that seems like who their main sort of clientele. Obviously they're selling it to people that are watching them. CC members are the people that Simon is talking to here, really, mainly. And he's saying, if you want a discount, join CC to get that. So, and a lot of these CC members would have bought his 5G, the promoted 5G BioShields and other products that he may have promoted.
I'm just on their biomedis.ru page, the one that it looked like the old website that we found the link on the, I'm checking out some of their documents here, some of their older certificates. On their certificate of conformity, I guess that they filed for the European Union. That's why I asked you if you know what it was, because you're there in England. It looks like they were using a Chinese company, Shenzhen Toby Technology Company. I'm trying to understand why a Chinese company that's located in Shenzhen, Guangdong, China, why they had to go through a Chinese company for their certificate of conformity for the European Union.
That does sound strange.
Looks like this was filed in 2014, I guess. But again, this is on their old website. And then it says, we have moved to the new website. We click on the new website. These certificates are nowhere listed on their new website. Yeah. So I don't know. More digging to do, but hey.
Odd. I mean, again, I've only just seen this video. I saw it come out. I thought, let's do this. Let's just watch it, and get you on board. Get a blind react from you. And for me, it's we've just seen just through lightly scratching the surface. They are a admitted MLM.
Self-admitted, yeah, totally.
Yeah. And it's just there's no information around apart from what they talked about with the frequencies and whatnot. There's no real information, scientific information around what they're claiming this product does, right?
Totally.
So take that as you will, guys. I mean, did you say that you got you got the video up or unlisted?
Oh yeah, let me send you the link here.
Let's have a look at some of the
this
comments.
Is the unlisted video. It's got 15,000 views, 500 comments. It was posted 2 days ago, December 17th. This is on the YouTube channel. Oh yeah, there you go. It's got the biomedis.global/Simon Parks. It looks like they didn't spell Simon Parks' name right for their affiliate code, which is kind of funny. You can take a look at it when you bring it up. Benefits: detoxification, cleansing of the body, pain relief, better focus, calming effect, strengthen immunity. This is all in the description of the YouTube video. And then, yeah, look like some of the top comments on here were just not happy.
Yeah, and I think that may be why he's taking it down. Just, I mean, quite often these comments get disabled anyway, but I've noticed on a lot of Simon's recent videos, comments have been allowed, but it seems that maybe this one was a step too far for some of it seems like a lot of his own members are starting to speak up. So I'm speaking to some ex-coordinators from CC at the moment. And yeah, I am, and some of them are, and maybe we'll get to hear more about that. And obviously, I'm learning a lot around some of the stuff that went inside CC. But one of the things that they said was the 5G bioshields. I think I might have said this earlier in this video. Was one of the reasons why a lot of people actually left the organisation and actually stopped being a co-coordinator. It was kind of the step too far for them once they learned more about what he was pushing, and it turns out that eventually he stopped with this. So again, he may have learned from that situation, and to see the initial reaction to this video, he may have thought twice. So like I say, it has been removed off of all of his platforms, it would seem. The only video we could find was apart from the unlisted original from YouTube, was on BitChute, which is someone else's channel, right?
Here's an interesting comment. It says here, having watched the video and also understanding Chinese menus and how they are very simplistic, this is definitely a low-tech device that has zero receive and transmit capability. I say this because a radio receiver, which this needs to be, has to have the ability to see frequency with an antenna. This advertises and shows neither. Then he says, I hate being ex-military sometimes. That's just the comment. So
interesting. I mean, yeah, for me, when the guy was saying, you just hold this to your chest near your heart and it scans your whole body.
Well, good. I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm noticing on their website, on every single seller page, it explicitly states, do not use this with a pacemaker. So here the guy's telling people to scan their bodies. He should have threw that disclaimer in there, probably.
Yeah. I should imagine so. On their advert as well.
Right. And then if you can't use it with a pacemaker, it really makes you wonder what kind of, if it does emit frequencies, are they actually helpful or not? What kind of waves is this thing actually transmitting?
So yeah, we've got none of that data. So yeah, this could be harmful. It just seems sketchy. Everything about it seems sketchy.
Yeah, there's just a lot more. There's a lot more I would like to know before I would ever purchase one of these. And I'm interested to see if we get the supposed doctors or researchers coming out in January or February, right? if what they're going to say. So I would personally want to hear a lot more before I spend $400 or $500 on one of these guys.
Let's see what they've got to say in a couple of months. But by that time, 1,000 units at least could have been sold, maybe more. A lot of people, as I said at the beginning of the video, someone had pointed out that there was a comment around someone that said that they earn a meager amount each month and they were hoping to save up to buy this device. People with real medical problems, and it's the same situation with people telling people that med beds are around the corner, and banking their health, their hopes, worrying about their family and their health issues and thinking this is going to happen. It's going to cause, it has caused so many people to have adverse mental health effects, worrying and putting hope in this, and for it to not, this has been going on for over a year with the medbed situation. And people a year ago were saying, well, someone that I love has cancer, etc.
And then you can add the extra Nazara quantum financial system nonsense in it. Like, people are thinking they're going to get free money, and then they're going to be able to spend this free money on this device, which, if everybody gets $100,000 in their bank account, why would this thing need to cost anything in the first place? Or if people understand inflation, if everybody gets a bunch of free Nazara money, then these devices are going to cost $50,000 each. So
we're going to have monopoly money at the end of it,
basic
right?
economics that people don't really understand. Yeah.
Anyway, it's been cool looking into this with you, Jordan. I think.
Yeah, this is fun. This is definitely fun doing it all kind of live. The open source intelligence research. It was good.
Doing the research on the fly as we're going through the video. It was quite fun to get your feedback from what you were researching as we were going as well. Yeah, good fun. Ultimately, what would you say about this? You said you want to see more info.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say it's sketchy, in my opinion, from looking at it now. And as I said at the beginning, not saying this is a scam, but take what you will from this video.
Yep.
Anyway, thanks, guys. Cheers, Jordan. Thanks for joining us. Secret Truth. Follow Secret Truth. Oh, follow Jordan Sather and Jordan quickly. Conspiracy Analytica.
Oh, yeah. It's been fun. I've been doing some podcasts on that, and the Telegram channel is growing a little bit. But on that channel is pretty much, I do exactly what you do on your YouTube channel, is take a look at all these individuals and their certain claims and possible hypocrisies and contradictions. So it's it's a thankless job, but somebody's got to do it. I'm glad you're doing it. I'm glad Will's doing it at Cold Beer, and Lieman Sharks and the other ones too.
Intel Lady, yeah.
Yeah,
it's good. I've got a few of your videos to catch up on. So Conspiracy Analytica, I'll leave a link to that in my description. Also, you're doing a show which I've been enjoying, which is Clickbait of the Week.
Yeah, those are fun ones too, and I put those on my normal channel under my name. But yeah, I'll send you the links to my Telegrams, and you can post them down below. Appreciate it.
Wonderful. It's been great. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks, guys, for joining us, and take care till next time. Okay, guys, welcome to Secret Truth After Hours with Jordan Sather. We've just ended the video, but as we did, and we were carrying on talking, and Jordan carried on looking, you found something interesting, right, Jordan?
Found what may be quite the bombshell, yes. So shall I get into it?
Yeah, let's go. What did you find?
All right. So on one of the websites that we were looking at in the previous discussion we were doing, one of them was their old websites. It was biomedis.ru. I've got the /en, the English version of it here. So on their old website, you can see over here, it says we have moved to their new website. They've got actually a handful of websites. One of them is biomedis.global, biomedis.life. Those are their newer ones. Biomedis.ru is their older one. And like I said, I'm on the /en, their English version. I went to the documents page here. They've got a bunch of their older documents, would appear to be from the 2014-15 timeframe, and it looks to be just some registration documents for their business. You got the certificate of conformities here for the EU, European Union, registration documents for Russia to let you know their business is registered in Russia, et cetera, et cetera. So I was taking a look at the certificate of conformity here. Looks like it was filed in 2014. We've got the applicant, Biomedis Technologies Company Limited, right? And I was looking at the address here, and I got this Wing Tatcom Building 97 in East Shengwan, Hong Kong. And they got this certificate of conformity registered from this company here, Shenzhen Tobii Technology Company Limited. So I was sitting there curious as to why there were Chinese companies listed on this. So I decided to go ahead and Google Biomedis Technologies Company Limited. That appears to be their full company name there. So go to Google, type in Biomedis Technologies Company Limited. I got a LinkedIn, as you can see, the first one here from a Hong Kong LinkedIn page. We'll also take a look at these other, we got a couple links from Hong Kong HK Corporation Research, and this one, fccid.io. We'll take a look at those next. Let's look at the LinkedIn first. So we got Biomedis Technologies Company, Biotechnology Research in Shengwan, Building 97, Bonham Strand East. And Googling that address brings you to a Chinese address there, right here in, let's see, Hong Kong. Boom, Hong Kong Island. So then we go over here. Let's check out the other two links I found. So this appears to be their business registration. We've got the registration numbers here. Contact name. We got a Phoebe Wang there. Foreign entity.
Phoebe Wang.
We got a Wang sticking out.
Got a Wang. Right? That Wang sticks out.
Sticks out like a sore thumb, that Wang.
That's a Hong Kong Wang at you. Look
and
at that
then
Wang.
Another looks like registration page here. Nothing doxy. This is all public info I found from Google searches. So, but there we go. Date of incorporation, 2014. Which that is the same year as this certificate of conformity was filed. We got December 22nd, 2014. So it looks like they incorporated.
From who's the manager? Justin Zhang.
Justin Zhang is the manager of this. Yeah, it looks to be Biomedis Technologies Company
So
Limited.
it looks like this company is originated in China.
We got a Zhang, and we got a Wang.
We got a Wang. We got a Zhang.
We got a Wang. We got a Zhang.
We got a Hong Kong Tang.
All in Hong Kong. But wasn't Mr. Simon there claiming this is all from Russia?
All from Russia and
All from
from
Russia?
Germany, right? So it's funny because you said earlier when I was showing you the iPod, the med iPod, you were saying it looks like something that was made in China.
Right. Even the box. The box looks like an iPod box. Some of their documents aren't even can't even look at that anymore. But yeah, it does look like Chinese.
That's a bombshell.
That is interesting.
All roads lead back to China, Hong Kong, Macau.
I mean, sure.
Zangs. Certificates. So, are these being produced in Russia? Are they being sold from Russia? Is this?
Yeah.
Are they being sold from Russia? But actually,
even on their Russian registration documents, we got Biomedis Technologies Company Limited, and then that same address, Building 97, Shengwang, Hong Kong. So it's not Russian. It looks like they just have shell companies that are registered to whatever addresses that they're doing business in of the country. So, they'll have one registered. I found one in Canada. They've got one business registered in Canada, one in England, one in, their biomedis.global site has a UK address at the bottom. So this is the page that Simon Parks was sending people to. It's got their London address there at the bottom here. Mm-hmm. But again, that is like appears to be a shell of a shell.
Yeah.
And then when you trace it back all the way to the beginning, you get Biomedis, which looks to be the original sort of company that all these other ones are stemming from. And applicant country, China, right there.
So what you're trying to say is it seems like an MLM, that it's an outer shell from the Simon Parks point of view.
Even the website admits it's an MLM. Yeah, the website.
It's a UK thing, but he's saying it's coming from Russia, but then they're getting it from China.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's a bombshell. There you go.
Yep, you had to bring me back here to show that, because that is quite interesting. Gotta say.
That is quite interesting. This stuff. I mean, he was quite adamant that these things, they come from Russia, and the thing we know about Russia is the
Looks like
deep
it's in the
state.
Fulak building right there. The Fulak building. That's
the deep
their
state, the
HQ.
pharmaceutical companies, the Rothschilds have all been kicked out of Russia. So we know, we can trust this stuff. Nah, it's coming from China.
You can play MP3s on your CCP frequency device.
As well as curing your acne
Yeah.
and your CV at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. There it is.
There you go, guys. Anything more we get, check out Jordan's Telegram channel and mine. And I'll leave a link to Jordan's channels in the description.
Look at it. Lieman commercial.
No way.
Lieman would like that.
Zoom that in.
Lieman commercial building.
We even had Lieman force in a call earlier, and there you go. Lieman commercial building.
It wasn't MI5. It was the CCP that dialed her in here.
That's it. Lieman is controlled by the CCP. Now we know.
Too good.
Anyway, good stuff. Great research, Jordan. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for coming back on after hours to share this with us. It's bombshell stuff. I was going to spend my time editing, release this tomorrow because it's late o'clock over here in the UK. But this is bombshell stuff. I'm going to try and get it out ASAP. So I'm going to just work on cleaning this up and getting it out as soon as possible. I'll send you the link. Guys, thanks for joining us. This is important stuff. CC members.
You might have to edit that one out.
If you're joining us, it might be short for CCP there. Please share this with your fellow members, because this is important information. And what are you buying? What are you being set up to buy? I wonder whether Simon is worried about what he's setting you up to buy, and that's why he's removing these videos. Who knows whether he'll put them back up. It appears he's still involved in selling this stuff. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers, Jordan.
Take care,
guys. Okay, guys, welcome to M-Secret Truth After Hours with Jordan Sather. We've just ended the video, but as we did, and we were carrying on talking and Jordan carried on looking, you found something interesting, right, Jordan?
Found what may be quite the bombshell. Yes. So shall I get into it?
Yeah, let's go. What did you find?
All right. So on one of the websites that we were looking at in, the previous discussion we were doing, one of them was their old websites. It was biomedis.ru. I've got the /en, the English version of it here. So on their old website, you can see over here, it says we have moved to their new website. They've got actually a handful of websites. One of them is biomedis.global, biomedis.life. Those are their newer ones. Biomedis.ru is their older one. And like I said, I'm on the /en, their English version. I went to the documents page here. They've got a bunch of their older documents, would appear to be from the 2014-15 timeframe. And it looks to be just some registration documents for their business. You got the certificate of conformities here for the EU, European Union, registration documents for Russia to let you know their business is registered in Russia, et cetera, et cetera. So I was taking a look at the certificate of conformity here. Looks like it was filed in 2014. We've got the applicant, Biomedis Technologies Company Limited, right? And I was looking at the address here, and I got this, Wing Tatcom Building 97 in East Shengwan, Hong Kong. And they got this certificate of conformity registered from this company here, Shenzhen Tobii Technology Company Limited. So I was sitting there curious as to why there were Chinese companies listed on this. So I decided to go ahead and Google Biomedis Technologies Company Limited. That appears to be their full company name there. So go to Google, type in Biomedis Technologies Company Limited. I got a LinkedIn, as you can see, the first one here from a Hong Kong LinkedIn page. We'll also take a look at these other, we got a couple links from Hong Kong HK Corporation Research, and this one, fccid.io. we'll take a look at those next. Let's look at the LinkedIn first. So we got Biomedis Technologies Company, biotechnology research in Shangwan, Building 97, Bonham Strand East. And Googling that address brings you to a Chinese address there, right here in, let's see, Hong Kong. Boom, Hong Kong Island. So then we go over here. Let's check out the other two links I found. So this appears to be their business registration. We've got their registration numbers here. Contact name. We got a Phoebe Wang there. Foreign entity.
Phoebe Wang.
We got a Wang sticking out.
You got a Wang. Right? That Wang sticks out.
Sticks out like a sore thumb. That Wang.
That's a Hong Kong Wang at you. Look
and
at that
then
Wang.
another looks like registration page here. Nothing doxy. This is all public info I found from Google searches. So, but there we go. Date of incorporation, 2014, which that is the same year as this certificate of conformity was filed. We got December 22nd, 2014. So it looks like they incorporated.
From who's the manager? Justin Zhang.
Justin Zhang is the manager of this. Yeah, it looks to be Biomedis Technologies Company
So
Limited.
it looks like this company is originated in China.
We got
right?
a Zhang, and we got a Wang.
We got a Wang, we got a Zhang.
We got a Wang, we got a Zhang.
We got a Hong Kong Tang.
All in Hong Kong. But wasn't Mr. Simon there claiming this is all from Russia?
All from Russia and
All from
from
Russia?
Germany, right? So it's funny because you said earlier when I was showing you the iPod, the med iPod, you were saying it looks like something that was made in China.
Right. Even the box. The box looks like an iPod box. Some of their documents aren't even can't even look at that anymore. But yeah, it does look like Chinese.
That's a bombshell.
That is interesting.
All roads lead back to China, Hong Kong, Macau.
I mean, sure.
Zangs. Certificates. So, are these being produced in Russia? Are they being sold from Russia? Is this?
Yeah.
Are they being sold from Russia? But actually,
even on their
China?
Russian registration documents, we got Biomedis Technologies Company Limited, and then that same address, Building 97, Shangwang, Hong Kong. So it's not Russian. It looks like they just have shell companies for shell companies that are registered to whatever addresses that they're doing business in of the country. So, they'll have one registered. I found one in Canada. They've got one business registered in Canada, one in England, one in, their biomedis.global site has a UK address at the bottom. So this is the page that Simon Parks was sending people to. It's got their London address there at the bottom here. Mm-hmm. But again, that is like what appears to be a shell of a shell.
Yeah.
And then when you trace it back all the way to the beginning, you get Biomedis, which looks to be the original sort of company that all these other ones are stemming from. And applicant country, China, right there.
So what you're trying to say is it seems like an MLM, that it's an outer shell from the Simon Parks point of view.
Even the website admits it's an MLM. Yeah, the website.
It's a UK thing, but he's saying it's coming from Russia, but then they're getting it from China.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's a bombshell. There you go.
You had to bring me back here to show that, because that is quite interesting. Gotta say,
that is quite interesting. This stuff. I mean, he was quite adamant that these things, they come from Russia, and the thing we know about Russia is the
looks like it's in the Fulak building right there. The Fulak building. That's
the deep state, the pharmaceutical companies, the Rothschilds have all been kicked out of Russia. So we know, we can trust this stuff. Nah, it's coming from China.
You can play MP3s on your CCP frequency device.
As well as curing your acne.
Yeah.
And your CV at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. There it is.
There you go, guys. Anything more we get, check out Jordan's Telegram channel and mine. And I'll leave a link to Jordan's channels in the description.
Look at it. Lieman commercial.
No way.
Lieman would like
zoom,
that.
Zoom that in. Zoom that in.
Lieman commercial building.
We even had Lieman force in a call earlier, and there you go. Lieman commercial building.
It wasn't MI5. It was the CCP that dialed her in here.
That's it. Lieman is controlled by the CCP. Now we know.
Too good.
Anyway, good stuff. Great research, Jordan. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for coming back on after hours to share this with us. This bombshell stuff. I was going to spend my time editing, release this tomorrow because it's late o'clock over here in the UK. But this is bombshell stuff. I'm going to try and get it out ASAP. So I'm going to just work on cleaning this up and getting it out as soon as possible. I'll send you the link. Guys, thanks for joining us. This is important stuff. CC members.
You might have to edit
CC
that one
members,
out.
if you're joining us, it might be short for CCP there. Please share this with your fellow members because this is important information. And what are you buying? What are you being set up to buy? I wonder whether Simon is worried about what he's setting you up to buy, and that's why he's removing these videos. Who knows whether he'll put them back up? It appears he's still involved in selling this stuff. Anyway, that's it. That's it, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers, Jordan.
Take care.
Take care, guys.